I am going to show you how I make up some of my gorgeous summer display pots. Tulips are done and I have got the cabin this year, which means that I've got 2 new giant planters, and I've kind of like had this vision of what I wanted and I've been gathering all the bits that I want for it, and the tulips are done and I've just planted up my first one. I do like to have things matching if they're going like either side of something. I don't think I could have 2 completely different ones, so I've got the same plants to go in both, and I'm going to talk you through the process and show you how to do it. So the first job was to pull out all of the tulips, which I have done. I then shake off all of the soil, leave it in here, get rid of any big clumps of roots, and then I have added in here well rotted manure as the first layer, just farmyard manure that you can buy like from the garden centre, and then I've topped it up with fresh compost. These plants are going to be in here for a really long time, so they're already flowering now and they're going to flower all the way to the end of the summer. So you really want them to have good soil so that they can put on an amazing display. Now, I had an idea that I wanted like a focal plant that was evergreen that would just live in the planter. So I bought these Cordylines from Homebargains and they were $7.99. They're huge. And the great thing about Cordylines is they kind of look a bit tropical, but once they're planted, and what I've done with my other one is I've actually taken off some of the lower sort of spiky leaves just to give it a bit more height, and then it will just carry on growing in the middle. So you can keep doing that. So when I plant it up with you in a minute, I'll kind of show you which ones I'm going to snip off, but I love that it gives a bit of height. It looks quite tropical, and then all of these plants will get really big and they'll kind of spill over the edge and look amazing. Then it was actually my son who chose the colour scheme for these pots. He said he was having a bit of a purple day, so we have got a purpley, pinky, burgundy kind of theme going on, which I love. So we've got a mixture of mostly petunias. We've also got some Nemesia and a Verbena. So yeah, a bit of a mixed. And then I have also propagated some creeping jenny, which is a lime green trailing plant, and it will trail down the front of these planters. It is just the most vivid lime green. I love it. And once you've got that plant, you'll never be without it because it is so easy to propagate. It sort of has a bit of a yellow flower in the summer, but it doesn't last long. You know I don't really like yellow, but the plant is amazing and it just gives that real tropical vibe. So I wanted these planters to work all the way through the summer. I don't want to be having to change it. So these plants are going to do that. They're just going to go for it. Right, so excuse the absolute chaos that's around here, but I couldn't be bothered to tidy up. I was too excited. So I'm just going to whip all of these out, and then I'm going to make a hole for the Cordyline first, which is going to go at the back. And I did keep moving it around to make sure that I'm happy with what it looks like. I think that way probably looks the best. So I'm going to dig a hole. Alright, so I'm going to dig my hole, and actually I've probably filled this with far too much compost. In fact, let's put some in here. I think I've got a bit compost happy with the bag. See if that's deep enough. Yeah, that's perfect. Right, is that the way I want it? Is that the way I want it? So I'll cut those out. This is the indecisiveness in me. Yeah, I'm happy with that. And then I'm using these boost slow release feed pellets just to sprinkle into the compost. It says it does 6 months of feed. I've never used these before. These were in Homebargains as well, but I'm going to give it a go. So you just want to take your plant out of the pot. Look at all of those roots. Just give the roots a little bit of a tease because they've probably been in that pot a little bit too long. They're not too bad. Give them a bit of a free. Sprinkle in some pellets. Put it in place. And then I've got my snips. And I'm going to cut off some of these leaves that are a bit in the way. There, I'm happy with that. And then push all the compost around it. Right, then I'm going to repeat the process of digging the holes to make space for the plants. Now, I can't remember, I think I did a Nemesia, I did a Nemesia at the back. I am a bit of a matchy-matchy person, much as I like to think I'm not. I am when things are like obvious, if they're not symmetrical. I don't care in the container garden what it looks like, but I am a bit precious about this. So Nemesia is a fab bedding plant. I'll definitely have to trim some of the Cordyline to let that grow up, but Harvey chose it. So that is that one in. Then we will go for, I love this one. This is probably my favourite. So I'm going to put, oh, your swing needs a bit of grease, Harv. Your swing needs some grease on it. Squeaky, squeaky, isn't it? These bedding plants are really fresh, so there's not any roots to tease in these. You'll find if you're buying bedding plants now, the chances are they're probably really fresh and they won't be pot bound. I suppose it depends where you buy them from, but these were from my local nursery and they grow everything themselves. It's fab. Right, then we're going to go for a Verbena in this corner. These are just ready to grow now. Yeah.
Can I check the pizzas?
You can check. I have put a timer on it, I think. Then I'm going to add an extra one in that side. I've got these that I bought from the same garden centre, but as a tray, again, the roots are fine. I want it to be really full this side. Yeah. Oh, does the pizzas look okay though? Okay, I'll come and check. Right then. I'll literally come in a sec. Can't have pizza problems. I love this one. These are like some of my favourite types, the veined petunias. Now what you need to know about petunias is they do require deadheading. I only do it once a week and actually I love it. It's like a little treat for me on a Friday after work to have an hour in the garden deadheading with a bucket and something nice to drink. I just love it, and the joy and the reward of what the pots give me way outweigh the weekly deadheading. If you are not wanting to deadhead, go for something like a geranium, verbena, calibrachoa, diasia. There's lots of other options which require like no deadheading. There is a variety of petunia called Bubbles which doesn't need deadheading, but I just buy the varieties that I love the look of, and like I said, it's worth it. Right, so these are now in, and then we're going to add one of my favourite plants for containers. Now this is one that I've actually propagated. Look at all of that lime green growth. It's called Creeping Jenny. I propagate it in lots of different pots, so I've literally just tugged a bit out of a pot that I had. It's got loads of roots on, super healthy, and it will trail along the front of the pot. You just need to make sure, if you're planting it literally as a bare root like this, that you keep it really well watered, because you want it to root, but it is so hardy, and so yeah, it's brilliant. It dies down over winter and then comes back. I just think it's amazing. This is another one you can buy usually from Homebargains really inexpensively, like maybe a couple of quid, and once you've got it, you'll always have it, because you can take cuttings. I definitely would not put it in your borders, but yeah, that will trail and spill all down the front. Then I'm just going to get some compost and give it a top up and a water. And there you have it. That is pot number 2 done. I love this time of year because it is out with the spring stuff and in with all of our gorgeous summer plants, and it's just the same as the things that we've grown from seed. They can be put in pots now too, and very, very quickly, once they're potted up in fresh compost, they've had a feed, they've had a drink. May is the time that they're just going to come to life, and you will have pots full of beautiful flowers all summer long. It's just so hard to believe that what we plant now in May is going to see us all the way through the season, and it's just so exciting. I hope that you enjoyed that. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of me in my budget family garden.